Hello and welcome to a very special podcast here at NewsX. I am Sambhav Sharma. We are celebrating here the very special conclave of legally speaking, and I am joined by a senior advocate of the Supreme Court, senior advocate Aman Sinha. Uh, Aman sir, सबसे पहले I welcome you here
Thank you,
at
Sambhavji.
NewsX and thank you for sparing time to speak to us. And let's start
Thanks.
with a very burning topic, that is one nation, one election. How do you see this, and what would be the legal hurdles it could face in coming future?
Sambhavji, first of all, we all have to realize and accept that one nation, one poll is one of the key ingredients of laying down foundation for developed India, for our systems which work efficiently, our administration and governance which works efficiently, and one nation, one poll was happening from 1950 to 1967. Thereafter, due to recurrent imposition of president rules by the then Congress government, this spell of simultaneous elections that broke down. And now you have seen this year itself, Sambhavji, we started off with general elections from March to June. Immediately thereafter, the Election Commission had challenged to conduct elections in Jammu and Kashmir. Soon thereafter, elections in Haryana, and now we have just received results of Maharashtra and Jharkhand. As we are sitting here today, any time the elections for Delhi could be announced very soon. So therefore, this constant spell of elections is certainly not prudent, not in interest of the welfare of the country, of welfare of the people of this country, and not for one but several multiple reasons. The moment, right from election year, in fact, 1 year before the election, the administration and governance that that is the first casualty of the election year, and there is a kind of policy paralysis which sets in certainly after imposition of model code of conduct, and therefore after the model code of conduct is imposed, and even before that in this election season, political parties, administration, governance, public representatives, security apparatus, bureaucrats, everyone, their focus is elections and not on delivering the massive welfare schemes or benefits to the public at large. So therefore, this is one reason. Secondly, we all have to acknowledge that there is huge public expenditure which is incurred on account of elections, and according to some estimates and studies, so as far as expenses are concerned, we all have to acknowledge and realize that this will have huge saving
Okay.
of public exchequer. About 6 lakh crores would be saved. Yes, if simultaneous elections were to happen, not only this, the estimates are that it would result in increase of about 1.5% of GDP. It would result in lowering of inflation, lowering of other public expenses. So it will be financially prudent exercise. That kind of money, that 6 lakh crores, could be invested for education, for healthcare, for public infrastructure.
Now that you are a lawyer, a senior advocate at the Supreme Court, I want to ask, legally speaking, what hurdles could this face in coming future?
Sambhavji, there are two articles which are primarily required to be amended. One is Article 83 and another is Article 172. They both prescribe the outer limit which is there for union legislature as well as state legislature. The outer limit is prescribed as 5 years, and that will also not require any large scale changes, only minimal changes, to the extent that the tenure of a house is going to be a fixed tenure for 5 years, and therefore, if there is any dissolution, any by-election, any other, when a government loses
Right, right.
confidence on floor of the house, then the next election will happen for the residual tenure or for the unexpired term only. In fact, this particular line of thought is very much there in Article 82 itself. 82.1 says that Rajya Sabha will have a fixed tenure
Okay.
of 6 years, and there'll be biennial elections, etc. So similarly, on same lines, Lok Sabha will have a fixed tenure. And even today, supposing if there is a bypoll, if unfortunately some Lok Sabha MP passes away, then also you have elections only for the remainder period. Just that the same line would be incorporated and imbibed for if the house were to be dissolved, or if somebody were to lose the confidence of the house. So they are not going to be any large scale changes. These are very minimal changes, and this is absolutely feasible and doable.
Mr. Sinha, my last question is: uh, it is being alleged that this model, one nation, one election model, is going to badly impact the regional parties. What's your take on that?
Sambhavji, I have also seen that such allegations are being made, but I do not feel that there is any solid basis to it. This is just a presumption, actually. And in fact, when the high-level committee sat, there were also regional parties which supported this idea of one nation, one election. Large number of parties were invited. Majority of them supported this idea. That apart, we have enough evidence to say that people are discerning and they have this wisdom to realize that if election is taking place to union legislature and state legislature on the very same day, they can vote in a different manner, as we have seen in Odisha in 2019. The BJD won in the assembly, and BJP got the large fair share of seats in the union legislature or the parliamentary elections. That apart, uh, you know, uh, we also have to envisage one more thing, that the national parties, because they have to contest election all over the country, their energies, their resources, everything will be spread out, and maybe regional parties will get an opportunity to focus entirely on one region, and national parties' energies could be spread out, and they will have to be channelized in different directions, which is not the case with regional parties. So that is another perspective. It is difficult to say that it is advantageous for national or regional parties, but we'll see. And once the system comes into place, if anything can evolve with times, if we have some lessons and learnings, that can always be imbibed. But right now, what is very clear, Sambhavji, is that this is a step in the right direction. And sometimes people say that how this will lead to our economy getting better or our society getting better. So there is no problem which is there in silo or in exclusion. And these are very fundamental transformational changes to our country. Our election process is required to be reformed. There are no two ways or opinions about it. And therefore, I believe this is a big step in the right direction in the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And I'm sure that this is going to be laying a strong foundation for developed India.
One nation, one election is a big step in the right direction. This is what your take is on this topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sambhav.
Mr. Sinha, for speaking to NewsX exclusively on this conclave and special platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sambhav.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.